smelly drains and sewer lines can be a nightmare. So Pipe Wrench is offering a $99 drain clearing special that includes a free camera inspection. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. Call us or book your appointment online at pipewrench.com. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Yes, Aaron, it is Friday Eve, my friends. Happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be another beautiful day. I think we're going to have a few more clouds today than what we experienced yesterday. Don't know why I just did that, but we are just going to just jump right to it. It did it automatically. All right, so I have installed a brand new camera in downtown Clinton. It's a pan-tilt zoom camera, so I can see Aspire Park. I can see the football and baseball fields. I can see, I will be able to watch storms come in from the south and west. So our last storm system that was severe, that went right through this area, we would have been able to capture that perfectly. But not only that, but of course, we've got the Rocky Top fire that's ongoing. It is now 40% contained. We've got 80 acres that have been burned, and our camera has caught the smoke. So watch that loop again. You can see how the smoke, we had an inversion taking place, and so that's why the smoke kind of stayed low to the ground. But you can see the little smoke plumes coming on up. And then watch this, and then that inversion just kind of keeps it on the low side, doesn't allow it to mix out. And then at the last second, all that smoke kind of worked its way towards the camera. So pretty cool stuff there. I do move these cameras around every once in a while, not all of them. This one's going to be one that I will move around a lot. So if you ever check in on it, just realize that the view is going to be changing, and you can always check out live views. This should be up online today. Today, my friends, on YouTube, Roku TV, Amazon Fire, the 24-hour channel, the East Tennessee Weather app, and also online at easttnweather.com. We're probably going to time-lapse this one, but we'll probably allow time-lapses for this one, just an FYI. But the problem is because I am going to be changing the views of this camera because I've got almost that 360 viewpoint from downtown Clinton on top of the courthouse. We'll see how that all plays out. But you'll be able to get live views either way you look at it. So hopefully you have a chance to check that out every once in a while. All right, let's go ahead and take it now downtown Gatlinburg. Good morning, Gatlinburg, this morning. It's going to be a great start. It's a great start to the day. Although, if you've not been outside yet, it does have a much colder feel to the air. And you'll notice that. Now, temperatures aren't that much colder, but it is one of those mornings you'll definitely feel it. Good morning, Katrina. How are you this morning? Aaron says Friday Eve. There it is. Good morning, Laura, Missy, and Twyla. Twyla? Probably Twyla, huh? Anyway, sorry if I ever butcher anybody's names. I'm not great with names, but anyways, and you can capture this live camera view online at easttnweather.com or with the East Tennessee Weather app. All right, let's talk about highs yesterday. We had 50s, 60s, and 70s. Didn't pick up any rainfall. Over the last couple of days, models have kind of been hinting at maybe a couple of light showers, maybe a couple of sprinkles. We've been talking about that. We did have the fair weather cumulus clouds, some of my favorite clouds ever. Just those little cotton balls, in the northwesterly flow. Some of my favorite, and they're really cool to time-lapse. So if you check out some of those time-lapses this morning, you'll be able to see some of those from yesterday. So when you look at the time-lapses, it's from the previous day, but it's the entire day to give you perspective on how the day played out. So 50s, 60s, and 70s yesterday, no rainfall, but we are still talking about the potential. So today's kind of a wash, rinse, repeat forecast. What we saw yesterday and the previous day is pretty much what we're going to get today. We'll bump up those temperatures just a little bit today from what we saw yesterday. We'll probably tone down the wind a little bit, and we'll probably see a few more clouds than what we saw yesterday, but that's just kind of nitpicking the forecast. We still have elevated fire danger. Actually, I want to go back to that for a second. All right, so after today starts the process. Yesterday was the coolest day on the 7-day forecast. We made it to 64 degrees, and where's my maps? Where's all my forecast sheets? And I was forecasting 64 degrees. So there we go. I like to keep in check with you all how far off I am on temperatures. Maybe I shouldn't do that. That seems like double trouble to me. All right, so a nice little warm-up on the way all the way through the weekend. Even Sunday should be a little bit more elevated depending on how long our rain showers stick around Sunday morning. Then we're talking about well above average temperature. So Saturday still looks like it's going to be the best day, but some rain showers Saturday. Right now, we got a wave of energy moving its way through. So I think we're going to be mostly cloudy on Saturday. I just don't think that we'll have a whole lot of rain till Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then a chance for storms this weekend. Some of those storms could become a little bit stronger, especially throughout the day on Sunday night, really into Monday morning as the actual cold front comes through. But anytime we typically get storms in the middle of the night, we lose our instability, we lose our energy. And so we typically don't get a lot of severe weather, which is good. But I'll highlight everything from the Storm Prediction Center coming up in just a moment. See that weak little wave moving its way from Missouri, St. Louis down to Evansville, Indiana? That's what I'm talking about. We've had this over the last couple of days, the northwesterly flow trough. This is in the upper level trough pattern of the atmosphere. So as it slides its way towards the base of the trough, because the trough is kicking its way on out of here. Now, don't be confused. That is surface high pressure you see on there, not upper level low pressure. So we've got a trough in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. And so that's what's our storm direction, storm flow. And that's why the clouds are moving from northwest to southeast, even though high pressure at the surface is in control. Now, high pressure aloft is going to build on it, and that's what's going to give us a big old warm up as we head into the upcoming, as we head through the rest of the week into the upcoming weekend. Let's see. Good morning, Otto. How are you this morning from Ringgold, Georgia? Glad to see my meteorologist properly dressed with a tie, pocket square this morning. I like to change it up every once in a while. You know, I do like to wear a tie. But I also like to be a little bit more cash. So typically we're a little bit more cash on the weekends. But hey, thanks. I appreciate that, Otto. All right, so here in East Tennessee, we actually should have a really nice sunrise taking shape because we already have some of those high clouds starting to drift in. So right along the Tennessee-Kentucky border, look off to the north and northwestern sky. As the sun comes up across the southeastern sky, it's going to cascade some great color in those clouds. So if you like to take photos, make sure you snap a photo, upload it through Witcher's Pictures using the East Tennessee Weather app. If you just download the app, which of course has QR codes in the bottom right-hand side of your screen, you scroll towards the bottom, you'll see Witcher's Pictures. You can upload it right from your cell phone or actually take a picture right there. It literally comes right to my computer. We share these all the time. Julie sends them in from Whitesburg and Hamlin County, and so and a lot of you do as well. And I do appreciate that because we can share that live on the air. That's the quickest, easiest, most simplest way to share photos, especially when we're live, because I can just drag and drop and populate the program. I don't have to build things out. It just makes really things a lot more simpler. And simple is good, like a good old simpleton. All right, here we go. From sunrise to sunset, here's that little disturbance. Again, I think more bark than bite when it comes to the radar, but don't be caught off guard if you see a quick little shower throughout the day today. Good morning, Sharon. Hello, Amy and Seth. And we got Jesse James joining us this morning as well. Yesterday's sunrise and moon were beautiful. We'll take a view from our Monroe County Airport coming up here in just a few minutes because we got to check out that moon. Of course, we don't have the sunrise with us early this morning yet, at least not during the broadcast. We will, of course, as we get later in the spring season. Anyway, so just a mix of sun and clouds again today. I think a little bit more cloud coverage, maybe a stray shower here or there today. It is going to be trending a little bit warmer. Now, dew points are still in the 20s and 30s, so they're still low. As that surface high pressure I was just talking about shifts off to our southeast, it puts us on the western side of that ridge, that surface low, that surface high pressure, and that's going to give us a southerly flow, which now starts to pull moisture from the Gulf, increasing our dew point numbers, and eliminating the elevated fire danger that we've had over the last couple of days, which of course is in place again here today with a special weather statement for the mountains of East Tennessee. So elevated fire danger. I was driving around town the last couple of days, and I have seen people burning, and the wind was blowing. This is something to keep in mind. Don't burn. And the Rocky Top fires, I don't know how it was started. Don't care how it was started, but the wind doesn't help. And it is still going to be a little bit on the breezy side, not nearly as windy as it was yesterday. So temperatures are trending about 5 to nearly 10 degrees cooler this morning than what we were yesterday morning. When you actually look at the numbers of those morning lows, I'll highlight those here in a second. I passed those. I unchecked the dew points, and I didn't uncheck the temperatures from this morning. So here are your morning temperatures. We're in the 30s, so it is colder. And anytime we're in the 30s, that just feels colder because it is cold. Lunchtime temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s, so similar to what we had yesterday. Forecast highs will be in the 60s and 70s, so similar to what we had yesterday. We'll bump those temps up about 3 to 5 degrees from what we experienced yesterday as well. Congratulations, Matilda arrives on the 22nd of April. You should be excited. It's always exciting to bring in new life to your life. If you have evening plans here tonight, it's still going to be comfortable. 69 by 6, down to 65 degrees by 8 o'clock tonight. Mix of sun and clouds. Should have a nice sunset again here tonight as the clouds are going to kind of be sticking around and the sun sets off in the western sky. All right, high temperatures tomorrow. Just wanted to quickly highlight this because it's going to be a big old warm-up for our good old Friday. We're talking mid to upper 70s, and we'll probably have some pockets of 80s. And it's going to be a fantastic Friday. So get out, make some sort of outdoor plans. I always say it, if somebody gets mad at you and says, oh, take a hike, be like, all right, I will take a hike. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Elevated rain chances as we get into the weekend. Now, it's not going to be a total washout this weekend. However, there are some waves of energy that are going to move on through. I think for the most part, we get more rain Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then it kind of depends on how long those rain showers stick around Sunday morning. And then the storm system moves in. The main storm system moves in Sunday night into Monday morning, at which point we could have a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms. Good morning, Mindy. How are you this morning? We got Debbie and Kathy joining us this morning. Good morning, Kathy. How are you? Oh, and Janet. Nice. Nice to see you all in the program. By the way, you don't have to be on Facebook. You can if you want to chat along, or you can just be watching from the East Tennessee Weather app. Again, scan that QR code in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Unless, of course, you're watching on your cell phone, but if you're watching on your computer, then you can scan the QR code. And a quick tip and trick, I did learn about this from my brother who does work for Apple, by the way. If you are an Apple user and you're watching on, say, Facebook, and you're like, I don't have the app, I want to download it, but how do I get that QR code? Well, you can just go to easttnweather.com or take a snapshot of that, put it into your photo album, then go to your photo album, open that up, and just click and hold that QR code. That will give you a link to go to easttnweather.com. Just little nuances by, different cell phone companies. All right, so we still have that 15% probability on now we're down to day number 4. So we started off at day number 7 with this. It hasn't changed much. Day number 4 now, so we're still at that 15% probability. Tomorrow, we will the Storm Prediction Center will break this down into different categories. Do we have a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, whatever it may be, risk for severe weather, and where's the bullseye going to be? So they'll be highlighting that. I hope we'll have updates on that tomorrow. I'll be curious to see what they do for us. Probably a level 1, so a marginal risk for strong thunderstorms. That would be my best bet. And at some point, again, we just don't have a lot of. We have some instability. We have higher dew points. These are all ingredients to produce severe weather. So we do have that. And we have a cold front approaching, which provides lift in the atmosphere. And could have some stronger winds across the mountains as we get into our Sunday night, Monday morning as well. So maybe a mountain wave event setting up, which for those of you across the mountain counties, you know how those are. They're windy. Then that cold front slides off to our southeast. So if anybody's going to be traveling Monday into Tuesday, you're probably going to run right into those showers and thunderstorms that could produce some severe weather. That's day number 5. So we won't have the breakdown from the Storm Prediction Center on day 5. They only do 1, 2, and 3 days out. And then from there, it's just more probabilities. It's all probabilities anyways, but either way you look at it. All right, so here's your thunderstorm potential. So what I want to do is I wanted to show you this because this kind of tells the story. So we have thunderstorm potential. This is instability in the atmosphere. And so as this instability starts to creep our way, see how Sunday afternoon, that's 2 p.m. Sunday, not a ton of instability. If you highlight that and I'll just do this, it gives us, that's 200 joules per kilogram squared. So again, that's a little bit of instability. When we have a lot of shear in the atmosphere, it doesn't take much of that 200 joules per kilogram. You're looking more for severe weather. You're looking more for 2,000 or 3,000. That's when we start to get explosive thunderstorms, is when those joules per kilogram get into the thousands, 2,000s, 3,000s, or even higher than that. But 200 is not a lot. So as we continue to progress through time, see how that jumps up to 360 as we get into the 4 o'clock hour. Now, I'm not expecting a lot of severe weather then, but watch how now we can jump all the way up to 800 joules per kilogram as, this general idea. And that's through 6 o'clock on Sunday. Cold fronts to our west, but watch how we just really quickly after sundown lose that instability. And that's a lot of times what happens here in East Tennessee. We just lose that. And so it just never quite push on through. And so maybe Nashville, the Cumberland Plateau, you get that little surge of instability out ahead of the cold front, could see a couple of stronger thunderstorms. So that's the general rule. So when you play it into motion, you'll see how it just really expands. Instability, and just kind of fades away as we get into Monday morning. So I think our best opportunity, not that we want it, for seeing our best threat for seeing severe weather, probably closer to sundown and shortly thereafter, anytime way after sundown, we kind of lose that. And so probably not going to see a whole lot. Still looking like we're probably going to get anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inches out of this storm system in general, which is definitely going to help the drought that's still taking place. Of course, it is Thursday. So the latest U.S. drought monitor comes out this morning. I'll have updates. I'll post that on social media later on today. I would imagine the moderate drought that we still have taking shape. We got rid of the severe drought, but the moderate drought starts to shrinks quite a bit more. I think it's going to shrink more. We'll probably still have abnormally dry conditions on the outlying skirts of the moderate drought. So warming temperatures all the way through Sunday. We're going to be in the mid to upper 70s, maybe some pockets of low 80s. Beautiful weather. It's going to get breezy again Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but the National Weather Service was really talking about the fact that we're probably not going to have elevated fire danger those days due to the fact that we're going to get that surge of higher dew points. And when you have higher dew points, plus the other thing that they mentioned, by the way, in their forecast discussion is the fact that we're starting to get more greenery out there. The leaves are starting to, pop on the trees. And as that happens, then we really start to mitigate the fire danger. It's just the fact that we've got so much tender, dry vegetation around town. When you see those elevated winds, i.e. like what we saw yesterday in the last several days, and you get a fire to spark, it's going to get out of control pretty quickly. And that's why we've got, I don't know, again, how the Rocky Top fire started. It doesn't really matter at this point of the game. It is the fact of the matter is that we have a fire. It's 40% contained, 80 acres. And the cool thing is that East Tennessee weather camera caught it. If you missed this at the beginning, let me just show you that camera once again. So this is the newest camera in downtown Clinton on the courthouse. And you can see the smoke plumes from the Rocky Top fire. And then that haze off of the distance due to the fact that we had an inversion yesterday. And so that smoke could not escape that inversion. Think of an inversion as a lid on the atmosphere. We get inversions when we talk supercell thunderstorms and explosive thunderstorms. If we can break that cap, that inversion, that lid on the atmosphere, then those thunderstorms will be explosive during the day. I'm not saying that today. I'm just saying generally speaking. But when they have an inversion, it's a lid on the atmosphere. And so we have warmer air actually sitting up on top of that. So you can kind of, inversions give you a really great idea, especially when you have haze or smoke or pollution like Denver, Colorado, where you get a lot of pollution. Anyways, you can really see that separation from the colder air at the surface and the slightly warmer air that sits on top of that, because that inversion, that's that lid. So the smoke's going to ride just to the base of that inversion. Watch this again. The smoke just rises to the base of the inversion, cannot go any higher. So we had a little bit of cooler air right at the surface and warmer air just sitting up on top of that. Cool stuff. You learn some meteorology from me every once in a while. I like to geek out every once in a while, and hopefully you enjoy that. No traffic issues out there to speak of here this morning. I'll just take you outside and show you those T-Dot cameras here for just a moment of time. Again, traffic is running smoothly this morning from downtown Knoxville all around town. Haven't seen any issues, and of course, it's only 6:20, so we typically don't see too many issues. All right, I do want to take you back outside and show you what a live look in Monroe County here. So many different weather cameras, so many different views, and again, available for free to you. And I will say this again, if you know a person, a business, a restaurant, whatever it may be, if they have a great view in your community, hit me up, mike@eastnweather.com. Let me know, send me an email, and snap a couple photos, too, from that vantage point, if you don't mind, because I'm going to ask for that anyways. And we're going to try to populate and get more cameras in other counties. We've got a bunch more coming up here soon. So as soon as they do come up, I'm not going to announce them anymore because, we got some thieves around town. And I don't need any thieves around town. And I'm not talking about they're stealing cameras from me. They're stealing ideas from me. So we don't want to give away too much of our secrets here at East Tennessee Weather. Love the camera, says Julie. And it's pretty cool that we were able to capture it right then and there from a brand new camera. Katrina says, it's time to dance, my friends. If you're new to Wake Up with the Witcher, here we go. You got your forecast, of course. I'll send you back to the forecast coming up here in just a little bit. I'll keep that up on the East Tennessee Weather app. So when we get off of social media and YouTube, it will stay up and running on the app for about an hour or so, usually through about 8 o'clock. So you can check in on your forecast, have that up. And I do run a 24-hour weather channel, by the way. I do run a 24-hour weather channel. All right, let's talk about those national weather. They are not weather holidays at all, but they are national holidays. Of course, it's March 27th. Can you believe we are rounding out the month of March? Like, did we not just start March? It's insane. All right, your national holidays for the day today. Birthdays and events. We've got National Scribble Day. All right, this just watching this reminds me of my kids when they were young. Did you have kids that ever scribbled crayons on the walls? Whoopsies. That's why when you have kids, you don't do flat paint on your walls at all. You got to do some sort of sheen, at least like an eggshell, satin maybe, so you can wash it off. But my kids like to color. My kids do enjoy coloring. They color quite a bit. But anyways, National Scribble Day. Get your scribble pads out and do some scribbling. Do you have a design, a piece of art, a drawing that you've done since you were like a little kid that you did all through elementary school, middle school, high school, whatever? I do. I've got about 2 or 3 that I draw all the time when I draw. One of them's a house, but it's all in 3D and stuff like that. It's not great. I do trees, I do bushes, I do a driveway, sidewalk. It's not great, but that is my scribble. That's my go-to scribble, I guess, if you will. It's National Spanish Paella Day. Anybody like paella? I do like paella. Paella is good. And it's National Joe Day. Let's see what National Joe Day is. Hello, my name is Joe. All right, encourages everyone to enjoy a cup of Joe. Okay, with all your friends named Joe. Joe, Joey, Joseph, Josephine. While you're at it, don't forget Joette, Jody, Joanna, Jody, or my wife's middle name, Jolie, or that's in line with the Joe Day, Jolie. It's funny, her whole family calls her Jolie, but and they called her Jolie her whole life. Her name's Janelle. When she moved to Tennessee and went to France, everybody started to call her Janelle because that's her name. Because Jolie, she tells the story all the time. Jolie in French means pretty, so she kept introducing herself to people, or beautiful or pretty or something like that. She kept introducing herself to people. Hi, my name's Jolie. And in France, they're like, hi, my name's Pretty. So she switched it back to Janelle. And it's funny because her family is the only one that ever calls her Jolie. Joli. Her middle name's Jolene. So we can add Jolene to that mix. I don't know if that was in the mix too. Right? Like the good old Dolly Parton song. Jolene, Jolene. It's your daughter Aubrey Fine's birthday today. Yay! Happy birthday, Aubrey. That's awesome. Not sure about Del Rio, but I know it's been bad in Carson Springs. I think you're probably talking about the wind, I would imagine. Yep, but the wind is bad in Del Rio right now. There it is, Jesse says. So not too bad not sure about Del Rio, but Carson Springs. And again, these winds are going to pick up as we get into our Saturday night and Sunday morning due to the fact that we've got this cold front on the way, and that's going to swing its way on through. So I know I showed you the time lapse of downtown Clinton. Now let's just show you a live view of downtown Clinton. How about that one right there? And I did install a different camera yesterday. We went and finally got everything installed. That's why I'll be able to get this up on YouTube, the app, and the website before the day is over. That's the goal, before the day is over. But of course, I'll post that on social media, and I'll let you know, hey, listen, new camera up and ready for your live viewing pleasures. By the way, it's 6:25. That's about the extent of what I have for you this morning. I did double-check the East Tennessee weather, the Witcher's pictures. Let me just double-check again here. Nope, no new pictures from Witcher's Pictures, but if you were to post a picture on Witcher's Pictures like Julie has, I open it up and I can literally drag and drop these photos just like that. Big shout out to Julie this morning. Good job, Julie. Great little photo right there, friend. Gorgeous sunrise. I mean, at this point in the game, Julie, maybe we just need to get a camera up at your house because these are the kind of views that you have from your beautiful home in Whitesburg. Maybe that's what we should do. Julie, you know my phone number. You know my email address. Maybe we should talk about it. No traffic issues here this morning. It's going to be kind of a wash, rinse, repeat forecast from what we saw yesterday. No major issues. But again, elevated fire danger. A little breezy, a little gusty throughout the day today. Other than that, we're going to be seeing, some nice warmer temperatures as we head into our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Temperatures are going to be trending about 10, nearly 15 degrees above average. Now, remember, we do have those rain showers that we're expecting as we get into the weekend. As it stands right now, I think Saturday night and Sunday morning. We'll see how long those showers linger on Sunday morning. The longer they linger, the cooler our temperatures will likely be on Sunday. And then Sunday night into Monday morning, if we have more showers early Sunday morning, it mitigates the possibility of strong thunderstorms Sunday evening. But we're still talking about the possibility of some strong thunderstorms Sunday evening as well. So we'll highlight that, of course, in the coming days. It is Friday Eve. I sure hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to Wake Up with Witcher as we get your morning started. Get the kids off to school. You get off to work. Grab your cup of coffee and make it the best day you possibly can. We'll see you back here tomorrow, starting off at 6 o'clock in the morning.